are you ready?
Let's do it.
How am I doing as a wife in general?
Do I scale it like 1 to 10 or?
However you want to answer that.
Yeah, awesome. Like 10 plus. Yeah. You're doing a nice job as a wife.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my turn. Oh, this question's definitely for you. What was the most stressful thing you went through while planning our wedding? And how is it different to a Nepali Hindu wedding?
Oh my God. First of all, let me mention this. Everything was stressful. Trying to figure out the venue, trying to figure out what floral themes I wanted, the colors. I think everything was very stressful. The most stressful part for me, the photography, videography, like the DJ, because we had to do all the timelines and everything. That and trying to reach out to people and, make sure they give us their addresses, they give us that. And at the end, when we had to do the seating chart and people were not responding, that was the most stressful. How it is different from Nepali wedding? Everything is very, very different from the Nepali wedding or the Hindu wedding. A lot of the things are done by your family. Like and even here, we did have family members help us, but it's you decide what happens. There are no things like, seating chart, people just sit wherever. There is no, I guess nowadays they have themes, but in general, they have no color themes or, so they don't really have any color themes. It's mostly all red and gold.
I love
and,
it.
you don't have to stress so much about venue or photography or decor or anything like that. It just usually kind of comes with the venue, or you just pay someone and then they'll do it. So it's actually very, very different. And not just the planning part, like the wedding itself is different. Now our weddings are very, very long. We had a very short one as a Western wedding.
As intended.
So, yeah. I mean, yes.
Nice.
I don't know if you would be able to answer this, but what is one stereotype about Nepali people that you find out is false?
That every single Nepali person has climbed Mount Everest. Every single person I know who has met you, one of their first questions, maybe not the first, but one of their questions is, have you trekked Mount Everest before? And
Okay.
What memory do you have of us when we first met?
I remember the first time we met. When I went inside your car, it smelled really good. And you said, that was a new car.
It was a month old, yeah.
I know. And then other part about like when we were playing Jenga and you were like, I was very competitive and you saw that. And how much you talked about Colorado. Like you talked a lot about Colorado.
I do love Colorado.
Yeah, okay.
Which you say is like Nepal. Similar.
It is very similar. Why do you love me?
Oh, that's the question. You call me out on my shit, but you do call me out when I need to be, which I need that in my life. We're similar in a lot of ways, but we're different in a lot of ways. But I think that challenges me to be, to be out of my comfort zone and, keeps everything very fresh, and you're extremely opinionated, which is a good thing. It's a strength of yours, and it's definitely something that, I respect, you and what you say, and I think I do the same for you. On the odd. Who is more likely to survive the Hunger Games, me or you, and why?
I think we all know the answer to this.
Me.
I will survive the Hunger Games. Why you are not going to survive? Because you're too kind. You don't get very aggressive. You're not the aggressive kind. You're too sweet.
I'll tackle someone.
And I am more, I don't know, like, I can attack people.
I'd be too hungry anyway.
Yeah, in the Hunger Games.
In the Hunger Games, I'd just be too hungry.
Oh my God. As a white guy, did you see your experience did you see your wife go through an experience that was eye-opening for you in terms of racism?
I think definitely. I mean, the whole immigration process has been eye-opening for me for sure. I mean, what was that experience we had recently where someone asked if you spoke English?
Oh,
Yeah.
in the Buc-ee's.
Yeah, wasn't that in Buc-ee's?
But that was not
Yeah.
like you haven't seen it firsthand. I described it to you.
Oh, yeah.
So, are there any experiences you have seen firsthand?
I honestly don't. It's hard for me to know, I guess, but I don't think so. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
no.
I don't
Which
know if I've
I-
seen it firsthand
Yeah,
anyway.
no.
I mean, I've heard recalled stories and things like that, and obviously I believe them because you tell them to me.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, you better.
Yeah,
you better believe it.
Yeah, so.
Because
I
that
mean,
happens.
Yeah, no, I just don't know if I've seen it firsthand or not. but-
Yeah, no, I know. I don't think you have.
Which is
I
good.
don't know. Okay, is it your turn?
Ah, yeah, I'm 8.
Sorry.
Do you feel more emotionally connected now after getting married than we did early in our relationship?
I mean, obviously, but I'm also gonna say this, and I love you, and we've been married now, but I don't think too much of a difference. Like, I still feel
don't
the
either.
same. I still love you. Everything is still the same. I mean, we had a big wedding and everything, but I don't feel it drastically changed. I love you, and I love you more, and I'll always love you. And I am emotionally attached to you. I don't think there's too much of a difference.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
it
yeah.
felt different right away just because the event had passed.
Yeah.
But I don't think
But now,
you and I
yeah.
think we're just the same we've always been,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because we're awesome.
now that we went back to our normal lives, huh? So-
Yeah. I mean, we're awesome.
Okay. What is the single best thing that you like about my culture/religion? Let's keep it culture.
The food. Oh. First thing I learned about Nepali culture from you is momos.
Okay.
And I've never looked back. So
That's the right answer.
Yeah. I love making momos. I make turkey momos now that are awesome. I know how to make khichdi and various curries. Yeah, so I'm getting to be a good chef.
Okay. Yeah. You're even number.
You are odd.
I am.
Is there a place you love that you'd like to show me one day? And if so, what significance does the place hold for you?
Okay. I have so many places I want to show you, obviously. Like, I want you to take to Nepal. I want you to go, take you to Birganj, where I grew up. It's not, exactly how it used to be, but I definitely want to show you Birganj, where I grew up.
Yeah.
What other places? And, I guess one thing of significance. Let me see. I don't know if it has any more significance than other than growing up in Birganj. I do want to show you where I grew up, how my lifestyle was. I guess I do want you to experience, and this is not a place, but more of an experience of traveling in Kathmandu in public vehicles.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
I'm gonna
And I
have
want you
fun.
to experience that, to know what I was, how I came from, and what my experiences was that brought me here today. So I do want you to experience that.
I'll push and shove. It's fine.
Yes, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
You have to push and shove.
Yeah.
You'll never get in. Okay, what Nepali phrase you say will instantly make me smile?
Oh, let's see. Oh, that's what I said in the vows. Mati milai maya garchu.
Yeah, it does make me instantly
Yeah.
smile.
I know even your sister mentioned that it's typically not a phrase that's
Yeah.
spoken exactly like
Yeah, no,
that,
it's not.
but it's it's definitely a phrase that I know exactly what it means and I can present it to you. Yeah. So,
And it always does make me smile.
Yeah.
So,
when was the last time you thought we wouldn't make it?
oh wow.
Loaded question.
Yes. I think, and I remember it very profoundly, is when my OPT got denied the first time. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen because it was already past the deadline. I didn't know what to do. And I really thought I would have to go back. That for sure, I thought that we wouldn't make it because you would think, or I would think it would be the long distance, but our long distance was fine.
Oh, we nailed it.
We
great.
nailed it. So I think that was the last time I thought we wouldn't make it.
Yeah, long distance was scary.
Yeah. I do want to ask you the same question. When was the last time you thought we couldn't make it?
Honestly, probably about the same, because long distance is kind of a scary concept because you just hear of all the failure. It's
Long distance as in like here,
well,
or
like
that's me going back to
when you
Nepal?
went to Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Like actually, it was definitely a new experience. I've never done anything like that before, and it has a stigma behind
Yeah,
it
it
that it fails most of the time. And I think we did literally as good as we possibly could have done.
Have you ever disagreed to something because of the differences in your culture, / religion, or race?
I don't know if it was a disagreement because of that. I've definitely disagreed, certain things maybe I've been raised with or, been led to believe or something like that, or have just done things different ways. We have arguments about doing things different ways a little bit sometimes. So, it's definitely more, I don't think it's cultural based or religious based or anything like that.
I mean, I would think it's a little culture. Culture is also how you grow up.
True,
That's all
yeah.
part of the culture, like your living experiences.
I'd say maybe culture above anything else then, for sure. Because, again, it's just, we're raised differently, certainly. So, it's, the Western life versus the South Asian life. So it's different.
Yeah.
So we just maybe come to the same place at the end of the day, but we have different ways of getting there.
Yeah.
Do I tell you I love you enough?
Oh, yeah. All the time. I think sometimes I don't tell that to you enough. And I'm like, oh, I realize, I haven't said that. Maybe I should. Yeah.
I
More
think
than
I say
enough.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do.
Well enough.
Oh, yeah. When you're having a bad day, what makes you feel better?
I mean, obviously, you know how to comfort me when I've had bad days. It's you try and do your weird ways to try and get me to laugh during those times. And even if I don't respond to it at that time, it still helps to know you're there. I hate to bring this back to food, but food always helps too. I'm usually hungry at some point. Most of my bad moods are hunger.
Yeah.
But yeah, knowing you're also there.
Okay, I see.
If this was our last conversation,
Oh
what
my
would
God.
you like to say to me?
Oh,
Right
I
to my
love you.
face. Oh.
I mean, what else would I say?
I was expecting something a lot different, I
Like
guess.
what?
I don't know.
If this was our last conversation,
Ever.
I guess, yeah, I would just say,
Is it like, I don't know, is it like,
I guess, yeah, it depends on what kind
what
of
kind of
If we're
context?
breaking
Yeah.
up.
If
or,
we're breaking up, I
yeah.
wouldn't expect you to say I love you.
Yeah, I know. That's what. But like just in general, without any context, I would
Yeah.
just say,
I love